Okay, good morning. It's 10 o'clock. I would like to call the recommending committee meeting to order, August 5th, 2019. That's agenda item number 1. Agenda item number 2, we are in compliance with open meeting law, correct? Yeah. Thank you. Agenda item number 3, bill number 2019-27 for possible action grants the Zayo Group LLC a non-exclusive franchise for the purpose of installing, operating, and maintaining a telecommunications service within the city, subject to and in accordance with the terms and conditions of the franchise agreement incorporated by reference in this ordinance proposed by Jorge Cervantes, Chief Operation and Development Officer. Hi.
Good morning. For the record, Vanetta Appleyard, Director of Finance for the City of Las Vegas, and I have with me Gina Bishop, who is our franchise officer here at the city. The item that you have before you is to grant Zayo Group LLC a franchise agreement for telecommunications services throughout the city. Zayo is an existing franchisee, so this will extend the term to March 1st, 2024. It is consistent with all the other telecommunications franchise agreements that we have, which requires a 5% gross revenue fee to be paid to the city. And with that, we'll answer any questions you might have.
Okay, are there any questions up here?
I think so.
Go right ahead.
Thank you. So I just want to be clear, because I'm not a big fan of contracts for longer than 2 years, and this seems like this is a contract for how many years?
It's for 4.5 years.
So what's the normal, so they lapsed, so they let their contract lapse, right? Mm-hmm. They didn't send in their letter for the 90 days. But what is their, is it a 4-year contract or a 6-year contract that lapsed and now, because they've been on a month-to-month, correct?
Correct.
So what literally is the contract? Is it 6 years or 4 years?
Did you want to answer?
Or 10 years?
Answer that one on the technical side of this.
Gina Bishop, for the record. The telecommunications franchise agreements
Step up right to the microphone so we can hear you.
The telecommunications franchise agreements are normally for 10 years with a 5-year extension period. The reason that they are that length is because the carriers have to install a lot of infrastructure in the rights of way, and so they want a longer term agreement in order to basically get the return on their investment to provide the services that they do.
Okay, so this is a 10-year contract, because it's not, so this is a 10-year contract. They let it lapse. We've been on a month-to-month with them for how many years now?
Just a few months.
Just a few months.
Yes.
So if this is a 10-year contract, then if we've only been on a month-to-month for a few months, then we're only extending it for 4.5 years to 2024?
That is correct. We are currently, any franchise agreements that we're entering into right now are all expiring on a date certain, which is that March 1st, 2024 date, because there are some changes that we want to make in future franchise agreements, and we have to do them all at one time. We cannot make substantive changes until we get everyone on the same agreement.
Okay, so I'm not a fan of decade contracts at all, at all. So, and because everything changes, administration changes, city managers change, council changes, we change. So what I don't want to see happen with this contract is that we recommend it to council, we extend the contract to 2024, and I want to make sure in this contract it does not have an automatic renewal.
And it does not.
It does not.
So in 2024, it will have to come back to council for consideration for another contract. And at that time, then city council can say, nope, we're not going to grant you a decade-long contract, but we'll do a 4-year or something like that. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, great, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, this is a public hearing. Anyone from the public want to make any comment? All right, I'll close the public hearing. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chair, can I just put on the record, Jeff Dorkek, Deputy City Attorney, this bill on the ordinance. It is proposed by the Chief Financial Officer, Gary Ameling. It's not from Jorge Cervantes. We had a little bit of a mix-up on that, so it's a Gary Ameling proposed bill.
Okay, very good. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to extend the contract to 2024.
Okay, there's a motion to recommend bill number 2019-27. Go ahead and vote. And post. Motion carries unanimously. This will be sent to the August 7th, 2019 City Council meeting. Agenda item number 4, citizen participation. Any comments out there? All right, I'll close citizen participation, and we are adjourned. In 6 minutes.
Painless, painless. Thank you, guys. Hey, and I love you.